Hello everyone, and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me again during another walk today. Today's video is going to be a little different from my usual walks. Most of the time we explore downtown streets, parks, shopping centers, or neighborhoods around the Greater Toronto area. Today, however, I have the opportunity to take you somewhere that feels peaceful in a completely different way. During my walk, I visited several beautiful nurseries near the Halton Hills area, not far from Milton and Mississauga. This part of Ontario still has plenty of farmland, rolling countryside, and open spaces, giving it a slower pace compared with the busy city. Every time I drive through this area, I enjoyed the scenery. The roads are surrounded by green fields, mature trees, and family-owned garden centers that seem to welcome visitors with rows of colorful flowers. Even before stepping inside, you can already feel a relaxing atmosphere. There is something special about places like this. They encourage you to slow down, breathe deeply, and appreciate the simple beauty of nature. Although today's video isn't a walking tour through city streets, I hope you'll enjoy spending some quiet time with me as we explore these wonderful nurseries together. Whether you are an experienced gardener or someone like me who simply enjoys looking at beautiful flowers, I think you'll find something to appreciate here. So let's take our time, enjoy the sunshine, admire the colorful plants, and simply relax together. Sometimes the most enjoyable journeys are not about traveling far away, but about discovering peaceful places that have been quietly waiting just outside the city. When people hear that I'm visiting a nursery, they might assume that I love gardening. The funny thing is that I'm actually not very skilled when it comes to growing plants. I admire beautiful gardens, but I have to admit that I don't really have what people call a green thumb. Even though I grew up in a family that loved gardening, somehow I never learned the practical skills. I still remember my childhood very clearly. My uncle was passionate about flowers and plants, and he spent countless hours working in his garden every single day. He knew the names of almost every flower, understood when each plant should be watered, and always seemed to know exactly what his garden needed. Whenever I visited him, he would happily invite me to help. Sometimes we watered flowers together, trimmed small branches, pulled weeds, or moved heavy flower pots around the yard. At the time, I was simply following his instructions without really understanding what we were doing. Looking back now, I realize those were peaceful memories filled with patience and care. Unfortunately, despite all those opportunities, I never became a gardener myself. I can easily recognize roses because they are my favorite flowers, and I also enjoy seeing bamboo, colorful blossoms, and many different ornamental plants. But if you asked me how to grow them successfully, I honestly wouldn't know where to begin. Still, I don't think that's a problem. You don't have to be an expert to appreciate beauty. Sometimes simply standing among colorful flowers, listening to birds singing, and enjoying the fresh summer air is already enough to make an ordinary day feel special. Thankfully, someone in our family knows everything about gardening, and that's my wife. She has loved plants for as long as I have known her, and every spring she becomes excited as soon as the weather begins to warm up. Visiting garden centers is one of her favorite activities, especially during weekends when we have some free time together. The gardening season in southern Ontario is surprisingly short, so every sunny day feels precious. While I may not know the names of many flowers, she seems to recognize almost every variety we pass. Petunias, hydrangeas, roses, hostas, herbs, hanging baskets, and so many other beautiful plants immediately catch her attention. As we walk through the nursery, she carefully studies each display, comparing colors, sizes, and growing conditions, while I quietly admire the sea of vibrant blooms surrounding us. I often joke that she is the real gardening expert, while my job is simply to push the shopping cart and carry everything back to the car. Honestly, I'm perfectly happy with that arrangement. Seeing how much joy these flowers bring to her makes the trip worthwhile for me as well. Even though I don't fully understand gardening, I enjoy watching other people share their passion. Their excitement is contagious, and before long I find myself appreciating details that I might have overlooked before. Spending time together in beautiful places like these reminds me that happiness doesn't always come from expensive vacations or grand adventures. Sometimes it comes from sharing a quiet afternoon, surrounded by flowers, sunshine, and someone you care about. One thing that every gardener in the Greater Toronto area understands very well is just how short our growing season really is. After months of cold temperatures, snow, and icy winds, everyone looks forward to the arrival of spring. Technically, many garden centers begin opening their outdoor sections in April, and it's always exciting to see rows of fresh flowers after such a long winter. However, experienced gardeners know that April can still be unpredictable. One day the weather feels warm and sunny, and the next morning there might be frost or even a surprise snowfall. Because of that, buying flowers too early often means giving them extra care until the weather finally settles. My wife has always been eager to begin gardening as soon as possible, so every year we seem to bring home a few beautiful plants before Mother Nature is completely ready. That means our evenings become a little busier than usual. Before the sun goes down and the temperature starts to drop, we carefully move the flower pots indoors or into the garage so they stay warm overnight. Then, the following morning, everything goes back outside to enjoy the sunshine again. It becomes part of our daily routine for several weeks. Although it takes a little extra effort, it's also a reminder of how much patience gardening requires. Beautiful gardens rarely appear overnight. They grow little by little through consistent care, attention, and a willingness to adapt to whatever the weather brings. Watching that transformation each spring has given me a new appreciation for the dedication that gardeners invest in something that many of us simply admire from a distance. Of course, if you've guessed that I'm the person responsible for carrying all those flower pots back and forth every day, you're absolutely right. My wife is the expert who carefully chooses each plant, while I happily become the transportation department. Every evening, after work, I make several trips between the backyard and the house, moving hanging baskets, pots, and planters to protect them from the chilly night air. Then, before leaving for work the next morning, we bring everything outside again so the flowers can enjoy another sunny day. It's almost like checking guests into a hotel every evening and checking them out again the next morning. Sometimes I laugh about it because I remember helping my uncle with gardening when I was a child, and now, many years later, I'm still doing some of the same heavy lifting. Even though I never became an expert gardener, I suppose I've become quite experienced at carrying flower pots. Fortunately, the hard work doesn't last forever. Once the nights finally become warm enough in late May or early June, all the plants can stay outside for the rest of the season. By then, our yard begins to fill with colorful flowers, healthy green leaves, and cheerful little corners that make every walk outside feel welcoming. Looking back, I realize that these small routines become part of our family memories. They may seem ordinary at the time, but years later they are the moments that quietly remind us of the seasons we shared together and the simple joys that made everyday life a little brighter. As we continue walking through the nursery today, it's easy to understand why so many people enjoy visiting places like this, even if they don't plan to buy anything. Everywhere you look there are colorful displays filled with flowers, shrubs, hanging baskets, young trees, and countless varieties of plants that many of us have never seen before. Some are common favorites that brighten neighborhood gardens every summer, while others are rare or unusual varieties that require a little more experience to grow successfully. I don't always remember their names, but I certainly enjoy admiring their colors and unique shapes. One of the flowers I recognize most easily is the petunia, simply because my wife buys them almost every year. They bloom generously throughout the summer and bring bright colors to our garden until autumn arrives. Whenever we visit a nursery, she somehow discovers a new variety or a different color that she wants to try. I sometimes joke that flowers are her favorite form of shopping, and she always smiles before reminding me that beautiful flowers provide enjoyment every single day throughout the summer. When you think about it that way, she's probably right. A garden isn't only about plants, it's about creating a peaceful place to relax after work, enjoy a quiet morning coffee, or simply sit outside and appreciate the warm weather while it lasts. Here in Ontario, those precious summer months pass by quickly, so every colorful blossom becomes a gentle reminder to slow down, enjoy the sunshine, and treasure the beauty of the present moment before another Canadian winter eventually returns. As we continue exploring this beautiful nursery, you'll notice that it's much more than a place to buy flowers. Garden centers today have become destinations where people can gather ideas and inspiration for creating their own little outdoor paradise. Alongside the colorful plants, there are rows of decorative pots in every shape and size, elegant garden benches, bird feeders, wind chimes, lanterns, fountains, and many kinds of garden ornaments. There are also bags of fresh soil, mulch, fertilizer, grass seed, and everything needed to help a garden recover after another long Canadian winter. Maintaining a healthy lawn is almost a project of its own. Snow, ice, road salt, and freezing temperatures can leave patches of grass looking tired by springtime, so many homeowners spend weekends reseeding, watering, and patiently waiting for the lawn to become green again. Just like flowers, a beautiful lawn requires care, patience, and a little bit of good weather. Walking through these aisles reminds me that gardening is really a hobby built on optimism. Every spring people begin again, planting new flowers, trying new ideas, and imagining how beautiful everything will look a few months later. There is something very hopeful about that. Even if last year's garden wasn't perfect, a new season always offers another opportunity to create something even more beautiful. I think that's one of the reasons gardening brings so much happiness to so many people. One display that always catches my attention is the collection of garden statues and decorative artwork. Some are small and playful, while others are surprisingly elegant, almost like sculptures you would expect to see in a public garden or a historic estate. Not long ago, my wife and I drove along Lakeshore Road in Oakville, where many beautiful homes sit close to the lake. Some of the large houses were still under construction, but even before they were finished, their front gardens had already been carefully designed with impressive landscaping, stone pathways, mature trees, and beautiful statues. Looking at those properties, I couldn't help smiling and joking with my wife that some of them looked more like royal palaces than family homes. Of course, You don't need a mansion to create a lovely garden. Even a small front yard, a tiny backyard, or a balcony filled with flowers can become a peaceful retreat. That's something I truly admire about gardening. It doesn't matter how much space you have or how expensive your plants are. What matters most is the care, creativity, and love that people put into making their outdoor space welcoming. Every garden reflects a little of the personality of the people who care for it, and I think that's a beautiful idea. In many ways, a garden quietly tells the story of the family who enjoys it throughout the changing seasons. As our visit to these wonderful nurseries near Halton Hills comes to an end, I hope you've enjoyed spending this peaceful time with me. Even though I'm still far from being an expert gardener, I always appreciate the chance to slow down and admire the beauty that nature offers us. Sometimes we become so busy with work and daily responsibilities that we forget how relaxing it can be to simply walk among colorful flowers, breathe in the fresh summer air, and enjoy a few quiet moments without rushing anywhere. Today's video may have been different from my usual city walks, but I hope it has brought the same feeling of calm and comfort. Whether you are someone who loves gardening, someone who enjoys photography, or someone who simply likes peaceful scenery, I hope this little journey has made your day a little brighter. Thank you so much for walking with me once again and for sharing a small part of your day with me. Your company truly makes every video more meaningful, and I always appreciate your kindness and support. As always, I hope you enjoyed the gentle background music, the colorful flowers, and the peaceful atmosphere throughout this video. Take good care of yourselves, enjoy every beautiful summer day while it lasts, and I look forward to meeting you again on another relaxing walk very soon. Until next time, my friends, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.